I'm back. I was on some much needed home time. Let's get rolling again. Steve Sliff here. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. If you're a returning visitor, thank you so much for supporting and coming back. If you're a new visitor, welcome aboard. And like and subscribe and do all that stuff so you can see more of Steve Sliff Funny Trucking. Anyway, so sorry for the delay in the video. I ended up going on some home time. Started a video, never finished it. So got excited for home time and got lazy. I'll be honest with you, I got lazy. And just wanted to continue now that I'm back on the road and get that video back out and then start catching up on some videos. So sorry for the delay on that. I just left home time and went to Laredo, picked up a trailer like I normally do, and I'm headed to Colorado. Actually, I'm about a half an hour away from my drop tomorrow. So I have some time to catch up here and edit some videos and get some things going, but I want to get this video out. So I've gotten some emails and people are like, hey, you're a pretty level guy and you seem pretty honorable, and I appreciate that and the compliments, and I am a level guy. Now I'm unlevel. Oh, also funny. But anyway, no, seriously, I do appreciate the compliments, but they're asking, hey, you know, they're thinking about going on the road. They have a family. I seem pretty sound, pretty solid. How do I handle my phone time? How do I handle my home time? How's that affect the family at home? Well, I started to shoot a video before I went on home time to make a point of it, but again, I'm sorry I didn't get to it, and here's your delayed video. So yeah, I delivered my load there right outside of Atlanta, and ended up going to the middle of nowhere south of Atlanta to a chalk facility. So yeah, they make like chalk, like big bags of chalk. And I am now here in Texas, getting ready to back into a door and deliver it. So it took me a couple days to get here. No biggie. I'm making my way home. I am on some home time. I've been out for about 5 weeks. So after I drop here, I'm gonna go to Iowa Park, Texas, and I will pick up a trailer there and drop this one after I get it washed and head down to Laredo. And I will be home tomorrow. So excited. Yeah, I've got a son that's having a birthday. He's gonna be 14, so that will be fun times. We're gonna go to Six Flags. So you're making the decision to ride Dr. Diabolical's scary coaster. How you feeling?
I feel fine. Feel good.
Is your heart bumping?
No.
No? Not nervous?
No.
Hold me. Carry me.
You sure?
Yep.
All right, let's go do this.
Daddy.
How you feeling?
Pretty good.
You gonna ride it?
Yep.
That's pretty tall.
Yep.
Still gonna ride it?
Yep.
All right, let's go do this. All right, you survived. What'd you think?
That was awesome. One of the best coasters in the world.
Yeah, look at that hat you got. You're up there. Yeah. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, let's go have fun.
Yes, sir.
You know, and once again, I've got 7 kids, so only only 4 of them are at home. And out of the 4 at home, one's 18. My daughter and my son is 15 going on 16. They both work all the time. My son is turning 14. You know, he's in his tweeny years, teenage years, and really all 3 of them, they really don't have anything to do with me. You know, they're doing their own thing. They're finding themselves. So dad and dad jokes, you know, just aren't on the top of their mind. So, but my 6-year-old, you know, I'm still his hero at this point, and he is still my little buddy. But no, the three of us, the 14-year-old, the 6-year-old, and myself, we hang out quite a bit when I'm on home time. So we do a lot. So when I'm home, I do carve out time for just them, my wife. Of course, I take her on dates. And it's important in this business. You know, you hear a lot of negative about the struggles of trucking and relationships. And yeah, it's hard. It's very hard on a family. You know, the transition to this has gone smoothly for us. You know, we're in contact with each other via text, video, phone, you know, FaceTime, all that good stuff. We're constantly talking to each other. As far as the family goes, my wife and I are always talking to each other. And, you know, our relationship, I'd like to say, is pretty strong. So the naysayers can get on here and say, oh, well, over the road trucking killed my relationship. And, you know, it's like anything else. You got to work hard. You know, I've had a company where I was out of town every week. And we survived that just fine. This is really no different than that, except for it's a little lengthy time to come home in between. You know, I'm out 5 weeks this stint. I don't do that all the time. I do try to do it, or I'm going to try to do it, you know, 3-4 times a year. But most of the time I'll just stay out about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, depending on what's going on at home, and then go home. But anyway, I just got to stress that, you know, when it comes to family time, you know, you just have to carve out that family time. You know, and I talk to the family as a group. I talk to each one-on-one. I'm still their father. I'm still very supportive in everything they do. So, you know, you can't let that go just because you're out on the road and forget, oh, well, my wife's going to take care of everything. No, I'm still there. I'm still yelling at the kids if I need to yell at the kids. I'm punishing the kids if I need to punish the kids with her. So, I mean, it's still, you have to be very involved. If you reclude yourself from your relationship, if you reclude yourself from your family, you're going to stray from each other. You still got to keep it fun. You still got to keep the romance going. And, you know, before I leave, I'll hide little notes all over the house for her, for the kids sometimes, do things like that. You know, I'll send just a love letter or a text here and there. So, I mean, there's just different things that you could do to keep things going, you know, and, you know, if you get into trucking and your relationship's rocky, it's just going to be, a rough situation for you. It's going to be a rough situation. But if you have a solid relationship, it doesn't mean that it can't go wrong. I'm not saying that it's, you know, 100% never going to happen. Things happen. But right now, with our plans and our goals, and we're a team and we want to do things together, this is working out just fine for us. So trucking in a family, trucking in home time is okay. I know a lot of people that have brand newborns at home. That would have to be tough. And I have to sit here and say, I don't know if I could actually be trucking all the time. I was out of town when I had my son, it's now 6. I was out of town all the time and left that for my wife, and I felt bad for having to leave a newborn, you know, and a young kid at home with my wife. But, you know, at that time when we had the company, that's, you know, you got to do the work. So we are lucky that, you know, we're getting in a time where the kids are transitioning out to do their own thing. You know, we're starting to think about our dreams of what we want to do, and trips and vacations and investments that we want to continue to finish. So it's working out for us. Doesn't mean it'll work out for everybody, but I had some people continue to email and comment, hey, you know, how's it work with family? You know, some people are really worried about that, and it's important, and it's good that you're thinking about that, because having a relationship, being on the road, is extra work, along with the hard work that you're already doing, you know, your sleep schedules and the time crunches and just different things like that. But You know, I'm an outgoing person. You couldn't tell that. I'm an outgoing person, so being on the road is fun for me. I like talking to people. I like, you know, being out there, being silly, being fun, and just being a light in people's lives out there. You know, that was some fun home time. We did a lot of things, jam-packed. That's one thing that's great. In fact, my wife and I were just talking about it. You know, it's always on my mind. I'm worried about the kids. I'm worried about being at home, worried about her, the effects of just me not being there. And, you know, she said something very profound to me. She said, you know what? You could be here and we can go through the mundane stuff every single day. You know, just the same old routine. She's like, but when you're home, you're creating memories. And we have more special memories because we're packing a lot more in the time that we're home and doing a lot more. And she thinks that it's going to be a better impact for the kids. You know, they're going to remember that. They're going to remember I took them out of school to go see, you know, Kung Fu Panda #4. They're going to remember that kind of stuff. They're not going to remember when I sit there every single day and I go to work and I come back and I go to work and come back, cut the grass and do all this other stuff. And on the weekend, maybe we go do something and go out to eat. But we're creating more memories. And trucking's given us that ability right now to create those memories. Because financially, it's, you know, even though we're in a low time, financially, it's pretty decent. I'm not going to lie. So I can only wait till things get going, or I own my own trucking business. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Follow me along. Don't forget that. But anyway, so home time. It's very important. And just some things that I didn't finish in that other part of the video before I went home is that, you know, one thing you have to really understand is you're going to have to pick what holidays are important to you. What family events are important to you. Is one holiday more important than another holiday? Is someone's birthday, or, you know, are you going to sacrifice, you know, Mother's Day for Father's Day? Or are you going to sacrifice Father's Day for Mother's Day? Just those are the things that you're going to have to come up with as a team and as a family. We decided on, you know, this month, there's a lot going on in this month of March for us. We have, you know, we had my son's birthday, which we just went through. And then we have Easter. And, you know, I asked him, hey, which one do you want? Do you want me home for Easter? Or do you want me home for your birthday? And he's like, you know, I'd really like you home for my birthday. And talked to the wife, and wife's like, you know, it's okay. All the kids are older. Easter's just for the 6-year-old basically at this point. She's going to do some things. I'm going to be on Facebook with him live as he's going through the backyard looking at Easter eggs. We'll make it work. You know, and, you know, before people pipe up and say, oh, well, Easter, you know, Jesus is risen, you know, and, you know, okay, the Lord is number one in my life. I'm just going to go ahead and say that right now. And going to a church building is not going to change that. How much I love him and how much he loves me. So if I miss one holiday, it's not going to kill me. So before the naysayers jump in and jump all over that. But anyway, so we decided that we'll skip that holiday. And then in May, my wife's birthday, we've got Mother's Day, and I've got a daughter that's graduating. Well, we decided, you know what, let's focus on the graduation. That's more important. I can send flowers, I can do things, I can send gifts for her birthday, make her feel all special, and we can celebrate that. And the graduation when I get back, we can, you know, go out to eat and do a bunch of fun stuff. So those are the kind of things that you're going to have to think about, because you just cannot, oh, I'm going to go out for 2 weeks and come home for this. Oh, I got to go back out for a weekend and come back for this. And then it's just not going to work. You're going to fail. You're just going to fail. So it takes a lot of planning and a lot of communication on, you know, what's important. You know, what's my important holiday? Obviously Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July. I love 4th of July. Very patriotic. Love fireworks. Just love barbecuing and just playing cornhole and just being with family and drinking some good drinks. And just I love 4th of July, so that's going to be an important one for me. That's always been our holiday, our vacation time. So again, you'll have your own things, you'll pick your own things, but you know, the key is communicate that and pick all that stuff out. Another important thing that I get to finish in the video is if you're in a solid relationship right now and you have young kids, like somebody reached out to me, you know, you just to talk that through. And if there's any doubt on either side, yours or hers, or your spouse's, whichever, got to be politically correct. You know, you've got to make sure that that negative's not at the forefront of your conversation. You know, if you have a spouse that's just like, you know what, I can't picture you. I can't picture you being away that long. You're probably gonna have some issues. It's not something that, you know, every wife's gonna go or spouse is gonna go, hey, I'm excited for you to be away and me taking care of the family by myself. It takes a certain kind of person to have a drive and an independence to want to do that. And I have a very independent wife. I have a very well-driven wife. She can survive just fine without me. But we're a team, and that's important. I didn't go out and do trucking to be selfish. I included her in my conversations, included her in my goals and what we wanted to achieve. And she actually pushed me into going to be happy and running my own thing again. So that's a good spouse. That's somebody that's very supportive. You know, unless she's just on this plan to get rid of me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. But you have to have that conversation. And if it doesn't go good off the first bat and there's a fight right off the bat, man, if the relationship's that important to you, don't do trucking. Just don't do trucking. Because you're going to get on the road. And if you're insecure and she's insecure, or you're not stable, she's not stable, and you're always wondering what's going on, and she's always wondering what you're doing, and it just, you can't get a hold of each other, and it's just going to eat you alive out here. It's going to eat you alive, and it's going to take you down, and it's going to make you fail. So, you know, a lot of people don't really think about the relationship part, and this video may be boring to a lot of people. So I'm sorry for that. I'll get back to doing some fun truck stuff and being stupid and silly. But, you know, these people had some real genuine concerns and said, hey, why don't you create a video because there's a lot of people out here that are thinking of changing careers at, you know, the age I am. And some of them are maybe a little bit younger, 10, 15 years younger than me, but still have families. And they're like, you know, how are you doing it? Because you don't bitch about anything and you're pretty positive. And, you know, well, you know, I know my security, where I am mentally. I know my security where I am in my relationship. I know my security I am where I'm running for business. So I know where I'm at in life. And at this point, my relationship is not something I worry about. But again, I'll go back to what I said. Just like trucking, I have to work just as hard as my marriage and being a father than I do trying to put into my trucking goals and career and moving forward trying to run my own company. So you have to put the same effort in all of it. You can't just go tackle one and forget the others, because, you know, you're going to start separating from your kids, you're going to start separating from your wife, and you're going to start going down a road that you don't want to go down. Or maybe you do. I don't know. So yeah, think about all those things. But yeah, I have 7 kids. I've heard you've heard me say that before. I do a lot of stand-up comedy over those 7 kids because they drive me completely insane. And it's good to get away from them. No, I'm just kidding. It's a part of our life, and we've made it work. And we're a very big family that we try to instill in our kids that family is important. It doesn't always work the way we want it to, but, you know, being there for each other has always been important to us. But yeah, with 7 kids, we're making it work. It's happening. And, you know, actually I have 8 kids because this is my favorite kid right here. Yeah, and that's my dog. That is my dog. I rescued that dog. I love that dog. That's Blue. I call him Mr. Blue after the St. Louis Blues, and because I'm a St. Louis Blues fan. And my wife won't let me take him on the road. So he's a super pal to my 60-year-old. He makes my wife secure because he is a protector of our home, and I would never take him away. Just to know that we have that added security at home, that he'll chomp somebody up if they come through that door. So, but around all of us, he is a baby and he's funny. But anyway, I just wanted to put that in there because, you know, I love my dog too. But I am getting ready to deliver tomorrow to Aurora, Colorado. This is the place that, if you saw some of my first videos, this was the place that I had to get out and ask somebody to help back me in because it was such a tight spot. So I'm going back for freaking redemption. I'm going to go back and nail this thing, and I'm going to have cameras videotaping the whole thing so you can see if I fail again, if I make an ass of myself, or if I conquer this thing, which, yeah, I'm going to conquer this thing. I'm going to conquer it. But anyway, I'm just outside, about a half an hour away. Went through Amarillo. I almost said armadillo because that's what my son and I call it, make fun of it. But went through Amarillo, and I love going through this little town, or it's a medium-sized town. But check this out. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I get to go down the street with all these lights, but it's neat to watch them all change so you don't have to stop. And then you get the surprise at the end, the 14-foot bridge. So that's always fun. You know, people are like, well, there's a bypass, why don't you just go around? For some reason, they were doing some construction that day or something, I couldn't get through there. So, but I like going through that downtown area, just especially on the time I went early in the morning, nobody was down there, no traffic, no nothing. So, but anyway, again, share, like, subscribe, do all that for this. Thank you for your support. We are up above 600 subscribers. Let's continue to make that climb. I promise I will get back to 2 videos a week. I'll try to get that done because I know sometimes these guys put out videos every other day, and to me that seems like you'd get sick of me quick. So I think maybe 2 a week or 2 every 10 days is pretty good. That way you don't get sick of me too fast. But anyway, I'm Steve Sliff. I will see you in the redemption video. I'll post that midweek. Today is Sunday. I deliver tomorrow, Monday. So I'll post that midweek. And thanks again for your support. I'm Steve Sliff. I will see you later.